The National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, joins us on the line on his views, or the NAGRAT's views, on the president's nominee on the education sector for the Ministry of Education, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu. Hello, good evening, Enjo Carbonu. Welcome to Eyewitness News. The president is sending a very experienced legislator to the Education Ministry. What are your initial thoughts on this nomination on Haruna Idrisu?
Well, let me first congratulate Haruna for his nomination. And let me also say that I have worked with Haruna when he was Minister for Employment and Labor Relations. And those were days of very critical agitation. I see him as a very capable and very competent person who can handle any ministry, including education, when he's approved by the committee.
I see. Did his nomination come to you as a surprise?
Oh, but nomination for ministers, the man has been a minister before. I think he was a minister for two ministries in the erstwhile Mahama regime prior to 2016, and he handled those ministries very well. He has been a majority leader in Parliament. He has been on the front bench of Parliament for a very long time. So this nomination should not come as a surprise to anybody, because I think he has the competences and the capability to handle any ministry that he's been given.
The education ministry is a very vast one with many issues. What will you say should be the priority areas for this new minister? Should he be approved by Parliament to start tackling?
Well, the immediate issue of priority is the free SHS issue that is topical in the news. Something that the new government or the president has promised that they're going to have a stakeholder engagement so that we have a national consensus as we forward. We are looking forward to that stakeholder consultation forum so as to make our contribution and contribute our quota to the discussion. So that will be immediate. But the general challenge of education in our country, we all know the issue of infrastructure, the issue of compensation, the lack of satisfaction within the sector by players in the education, and by this I mean teachers within the education fraternity, and also the dwindling fortunes of basic schools as a result of neglect over the years. These are all challenges that have been there over the years, and I hope and pray that Minister or to be Minister Haruna will be able to surmount the strength to address some of these issues.
You talked about lack of satisfaction. Can anybody really satisfy the needs of this sector? I mean, deal with that satisfactorily. Can anybody do that, given that the needs are varied and many and always changing?
Well, to the extent that it's a human institution, all persons who have been given the opportunity to serve will serve to see whether they can reduce the expectations of those who function in the area. The problem is that over the years, we've treated teachers as a second stage group of workers, where the attention that should go to the teachers in education have not been given. We have not concentrated on professionalism. We've not concentrated on competence. It is like, send the teacher there to just go and shepherd the students. That is how we've treated teachers all over the years. The infrastructure that is supposed to go to education to aid in the transmission of worthwhile knowledge is also lacking. So it's a very and no society can also progress without concentration on education. It's a very vast area. It is vast because all Ghanaian children are supposed to benefit from it. So we have a vast area of children, vast number of children, and also you need a lot of teachers to be able to superintend over them. And it is also widespread in every part of our country. So that is why it looks as if every day it has unending challenges and problems.
I see. Any ideas to make him an efficient or effective minister for the sector? I mean, any initiative you want him to embark on to improve the sector?
Oh, having been a minister for labor in the past regime, and where I think for my measure he exonerated himself competently. I know Minister Haruna knows his way around. You have to deal with your workers, listen to your workers, engage people, and that is what it is. There is no one in this world who knows all, you know, and all teachings are transient, and everybody came in to serve. So I am very confident in him. I've worked with him very closely. I know him very well. I've worked with him closely. And I'm very sure that he will be able to exonerate himself very competently.
I see. How far with your pension issues, tier 2 matters and all of that? Have those issues been addressed adequately? Or what's the latest on that?
Pension issues are now under the Minister of Labour.
Okay.
Because the Minister of Labour is now the Minister for Pensions. So all pension issues sectorially are all now moved under the Minister for Employment, Labor Relations. So whoever will be appointed as the Minister for Employment and Labor Relations will also have to now come up with programs of addressing the pension challenges that we have in this country.
I see. Thanks so much, Enjo Carbonu, President of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, sharing the association's thoughts on the President's new nomination for the Education Ministry. Let's speak